Kevin Courtney, Joint General Secretary of the National Education Union. So let's get back to that top story then. More details on that widespread action taking place today. It's Royal Mail workers, lecturers, college staff walking out across the country in their disputes, very much involving pay, jobs, conditions. There are picket lines outside unis, sixth forms and the like. Kevin, good morning.
Good morning, Lisa.
And I gather you are outside a college in North London right now. Presumably then you're on a picket line, so what's the mood like?
Yeah, I'm on the Lee Bridge roundabout at B6 College in Hackney, and the mood here is very strong. There are a lot of strikers on the picket line, nobody going into work, and they have a great sense of confidence that their dispute will bear fruit. They feel that their dispute is about protecting the quality of education, because the pay situation in schools and in colleges we're at here today, is meaning we're not getting enough teachers coming in. We can't hold support staff in schools, and that's damaging education. They also know the question about inflation, the food inflation you were just talking about, and many of them are finding it hard to make ends meet, even amongst teachers. We've got teachers using food banks, and that's a very new situation. We know it applies to other working people as well, but we're addressing ourselves to the government. We think they have to fund our schools, our colleges, our health service properly, and they have to treat the people who work in those services properly.
And hopefully you heard a little too of the conversation I've just had with Stephen Kinnock MP for Labour, very much putting, well, they would, wouldn't they? Many would say, putting the blame for much of these disputes at the door of government for not negotiating properly, certainly in a detailed way, certainly around the table, cordially, if you like. Now, we gather you've met the Education Minister, Robert Halfon, recently, yesterday, I think it was. Anything come from that?
Nothing significant. We had a pleasant conversation. Mary Bowstead, myself, the co-general secretaries of the union, and Robert Halfon. We talk politely. He engages. He says that he understands the issue, but he's not bringing the money to the table to solve the dispute. The Treasury is going to have to bring the money to solve the dispute, and that's the key problem for all of us. You know, is we need to, if there is going to be a resolution, the government needs to step up. We have to say it's the government that's behind this. And it's not just now, it's that since 2010, when they were elected, pay levels have dropped year after year after year. So that when we do a calculation of what's happened to the real terms pay of teachers, we think it has fallen 24%. Since 2010. Now, that will be true for other working people. It's not true for profits, and it's not true for bankers' bonuses, but it is true for wages. And that's what's causing the recession in our country now, is that people haven't got any money in their pockets to spend in the shops. There has to be a bit of a rebalancing in our country.
Just finally then, Kevin, and we do appreciate your time this morning, what your members' actions, though, will do is affect all of the students who no doubt would like to be learning. They'd like to be in their lectures, in their classes with their teachers, and of course their peers and friends. What would you like to say to them then, as it sounds like your dispute will go on? Yeah,
you know, I know union leaders say this, but I really mean it. We do not want to disrupt the children's education. We have no interest in disrupting children's education. We know it was disrupted during the pandemic, but it is being disrupted every day by the fact that we don't have enough physics teachers, that the government is missing its recruitment target for English teachers. Education is being disrupted every day by the government's mishandling of education. So the sacrifice our members are making today, giving up their day's pay, is meant to try and get the government to put things right for children in our schools and colleges.
Kevin Courtney, appreciate your time this morning. Thank you very much indeed for joining us from outside a college in North London this morning. Kevin Courtney there, Joint General Secretary of the